Thank you. SYZ.
Yeah.
I think we are live.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nyampulula. Yeah, Joseph Baka is the next president of the Republic of Liberia. Obitable. For me, I'm telling you, Yana Nyampulula. Nyampulula, February 7 in Bakante. Safasitamo. Tiofela Jalate. Even though the chairman will be 21 soon, November 18, 2023. Topic discussion, this obitable. You know the party CDC. Election is finally over. The new president-elect Joseph Yuma Parker, you know the party. Unity Party. Joseph Yuma Parker. Jeremiah Kun. President and Vice President. It's a breaking news on OP table. The president-elect Republic of Liberia, Joseph Yuma Parker of the Unity Party. It was a big fight. CDC was the Unity Party. It was a big fight. But the veto, Unity Party, Stenabera and President-elect Joseph Yuma Parker, Republic of Liberia. This is a breaking news on OP table. Liberia have finally obtained a new president. Brand new. The man with the brilliant knowledge. Very brilliant. Joseph Yuma Parker, President-elect, Republic of Liberia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry for coming late. Now we are in studio. We are talking directly about the president-elect. Thank you very much. Very lovely distinguished guests under my voice, the voice of OP table. We apologize for coming late. Nyampulula.
Please share the video. Please share the video. Go ahead while I share the video.
Thank you very much, Jofela Jalate, the super politician of Indianapolis, Indiana. Safasi Tomo. Safasi Tomo, the great man. Safasi Tomo has come again. I say it's a debut on OP table, Safasi Tomo. Safasi Tomo is a debut. The man first time coming on OP table. And his first appearance, now we got new president. Safasi, a bless.
Thank you. But you know, those are born on November 29. Yeah, they're always best.
Then we got new president in Liberia. The people of Lofa Kante, Masorado Nimba Kante, Sando Kante, River G, River Says, Nimba, Pon Kante, Pomi Kante, Papolu, Masorado. We say thank you for voting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, time is fast spent. We don't want to take the time of the people. But anyway, before we dive straight into discussion, because I know the discussion is going to be very long, while we are waiting the honorable chairman, Safasi Damo, you can go ahead and tell us what on your mind about your introduction, and then after that, we'll go to Tufele Jalate, then we'll go to Nyampulula. Then Nyampulula will take us straight to a little presentation. From there, we dive straight into the discussion. Go ahead, Mr. Dunbar.
You are muted.
We can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to appreciate you guys for accepting my invitation to appear on Open Table this hour to do a presentation about the accurate of retail and service-based business. And again, my name is Savasi Mawulo Doma. I am a tax preparer and also a bookkeeper. Yeah. And probably after the presentation, then we will dive into a little politics.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Honorable Theo Jalate, the man who deserves no introduction, but anyway, for the sake of the audience, a senior seasonal politician salute to your clarity.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, SYZ. It's a pleasure to be here on this show all of the time and discuss the issues in Liberia and as it relates to the Mondo land. So I'm very much glad to be here. Once again, my name is Tio Gelate, and I'm glad to be part of the show today.
Thank you very much. The favorite song of Niba Kante Nyamvula would deserve no introduction, Mr. Volula.
Well. Once again, to all of our listeners, please help us share the video as you come on. Let it reach to as many people out there. I'm very privileged today to be on the same platform with some great minds of our community. Great minds, and I know it's gonna be a very good discussion on here today. I'm here. I'm very privileged to be on the platform with the greatest Sebastian Doma, an entrepreneur of our community. Sebastian, I will tell you, you are one of those young men in our community that we all look up to because you are very determined and focused. When your mind is on something, is something that that you can go after no matter what the challenges is. You're always taking the stand. It's something that we have noticed of you, and I'm very privileged to be on this platform with you and to my senior brother, Theo. Theo is here, and I'm looking forward to a very fruitful discussion on here today and learning from the little presentation I'm going to be presented here by our entrepreneur of our city.
Thank you very much, Nyan Volula. Thank you. I think Nyan Volula can go through the slide, or Tavasi, if you get asked, you can go through the slide, and then from there we start straight into politics because Theo is yet to discuss politics. I can see that Theo has come to discuss Liberian politics. Theo is very prepared. Volula, I think I saw it on the screen.
Sebastian, when you want to go to the next slide, just say next slide.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
All right. Again, I want to say thanks to you guys for giving me the opportunity to do a presentation on Open Table. And again, my name is Savasi M. Domad. I am a certified QuickBooks online pro advisor, a bookkeeper, and a tax preparer. So today, on next slide. Yeah, they'll be a little bit confusing.
No, yeah, just go ahead. Yeah.
Today, I want to review the accuracy of bookkeeping methods for retail and service-based businesses. Yes. So our agenda for today is retail business, service-based business, financial statements, and the benefit of doing business with neighboring tax and advisor services. But we're going to spend, go back, please. We're going to spend few time into retail business, and then the same information that is in retail business, some of them also in service-based business. So we'll skip those information and then spend little time into financial statements because financial statement is very important when it comes to making key financial decisions. You can go. Next slide. So bookkeeping is essential for all businesses because it helps maintain accurate financial records. Because if you have that accurate financial information as a business owner, it helps you a lot when it comes to making key financial decisions. Next slide. So Retail business. Next. Retail business involves selling of physical products. Next. So we are going to look at the accurate retail business management. So if you have a retail business, how do you manage it? Number one, you have to track inventory. And you have to maintain a detailed records of those inventory that you have in your store, because that's where the business income is coming from. And you also need to track the stock level, how many quantity are in stock, and at what level the inventory will reach before you order more goods. And you also have to record any losses due to thief or damage, and even when the goods expire, because those are losses that you have to record. Next one. And the next one is sales record. You have to keep a record of daily sales. So thank God right now we have a POS. So if you have a POS, yeah, the POS does that. It keep the daily sales for you, and the quantity that was sold, and the price. And also it helps you to identify those best selling items, and also know those inventory that your customer purchase most often. And the next one is account receivable and account payable. So I classify these two, like account receivable is the business receiving money in the future from a customer. It means that the customer owes your business, and money is coming in a future. And account payable is an obligation or debt that is on the business, wherein you owe your suppliers or your vendors. So money going out in the future is account payable, yeah, an obligation to pay your suppliers, and money coming in account receivable, your customer owes you. So it's a future payment from your customer. Next slide. Expense tracking. Record all expenses related to your business, not your personal expenses. No, you record all expenses related to the business. So I usually dialogue with my customers that make sure that your personal income and expenses are separate or separated from your business income and expenses, because it's not personal stuff you spend you go through and you classify it as a business expenses. No. And make sure you list those expenses so in a way that you'll be able to know where money is going. And then the cash management. Regularly reconcile cash register and bank statement to ensure all transactions are accounted for in a way that it will help preventive and ensure accurate financial records. Next slide. Taxation. So, as a retail business owner, if you are collecting sales tax from customers, I can tell you that is not your money. That money is not income for your business. The sales tax belongs to the state, but you are collecting those sales tax from customers on behalf of your state. So make sure you put that money aside. When payment time reaches, you make your payment. And the next one is the financial statements. So financial statements is the profit and loss, which can also be called the income statement, and the balance sheets and the cash flow statements. So these statements provide the overview of your business financial health. Next slide. So is there any question on retail business or management information that I will just cover? Or if not, then we'll just go to service-based business.
I got a question. I got a question. Yeah. So as a business entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur, what area, like the area you just presented, what area that you struggle with when you first started your business? And what advice that you can give to someone who trying to start a business, in that line?
All right. So thanks for that question, Brother Yan. The next topic we about to cover is service-based business, because that's the business I'm doing. And the one I just went over is retail retail business. Retail is businesses are selling physical products. But for like my wife, she has a beauty supply store, so that's a retail business that she has. But mainly is about maintaining or managing your business. That's the key. Like all what I just went over pertaining to retail service business. And it derived with an individual, yeah, for you to be determined, because it's not easy to start a business, and at the end it's rewarding, but it takes time for it to pick up. So you just have to be patient, yeah,
Thank
in
you.
running the business.
Thank you, brother.
Any question? All right, so our next slide is on service-based business. So service-based business offer intangible services. So I came up with the cycle of service-based business. So retail business, they sell physical products. And service-based businesses is all about services, rendering service. So the first thing, you have to get a job in service-based business. If you get a job and you complete the task, after completing the task, you send an invoice to the customer, and then you receive payment. For example, I do bookkeeping. So as long as the customer sign my contract, I already get the job. So my duty is to complete that task every month, and then send them an invoice, and then receive payment. Next slide. So managing your service-based business. Number one, if you're sending your customers or your client an invoice, make sure you you issue a detailed invoice like the service description, the rate, the date, and the total amount, and also you number uh, the invoice as well. Yes. So we went over expense tracking in retail. So we're going to skip that slide. And time tracking. So if your service is based on time, on an hourly rate, make sure you are tracking the time on each project. And after that, you attach your time to the invoice and then send it to your customer. And we also went over taxation, so we can skip that. Financial statement, we also went over it, but it's good uh, to look at your financial statement to analyze your revenue and your expenses and then your profit. And then budgeting is, as a business owner, it's good to set a budget for your business. Even personal budgeting is very essential as well. So if you set your budget, you'll be able to compare your actual income and expenses against your budget to identify those variances and adjust your strategies accordingly. Next slide. Oh, so the financial statement, I don't know if you'll be able to share that. Yeah, that's an Excel file.
I don't have that.
Yeah, we don't have that.
There were two slides. Yeah, that's the main information. But anyway, let's go to the next slide. So our services, we offer like general bookkeeping, account payable, account receivable, and inventory management and tax preparation. So if you need help in just inventory management, but we can come in and then help you set your inventory management system. And even account payable, if you just need help in account payable, we can also help you in that. And account receivable can also help you set your account receivable system in your business. The next one. All right, so the benefits of doing business with neighboring tax. Number one, if you sign our contract to do a bookkeeping service job for you, we give you 1 month free. And we also have a free consultation wherein we can meet you at your business or at your convenience place. But we encourage our business owner for us to meet at your business because we'll be able to take a walk and see if when there is any stuff that's not right, then we can also discuss that with you. And we also have a $200 raffle draw for next year just for the tax season. So the lucky winner will be receiving $200 at the end of tax season, which is at the end of the tax season. So we give that money on April 31st, 2024. So you can book an appointment through our website at neighboring tax and advisor neighboring tax.com, or you can send us an email, or you can also call us. Next one. Is there any question?
I think everything is well understood to my end. I don't know if Nyan Furuda have any question. Furuda, do you have any question?
No. Can you on one of those Saturday? Can you come on here because for the benefit to our listeners that don't know accounting terms and what have you, for you to just take that whole day that will be on here, the time I want to be on here, just for you to present on this again, because uh I would love to know the difference between account receivable, account payable, account management, bookkeeping, and what have you. For the benefit of our listener, so that they will be able to learn from it. Probably some of our listeners want to set up a business. They don't have ideas on all those things. They might get an little bit of basic idea from there. Then they can reach out to you later on for better in-depth understanding. So if that's what you want to do, and we can set up that one of those Saturday, we can make an arrangement for that, so that you can just come on here and just present on this again. But this is very good.
Yeah, but we can do that, because meaning the financial statements, because there's something that people have to see, because that's where the information lies. Yeah, in the financial statement. So that's why I wanted to show a sample of it and then review it. But we can schedule that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think we can dive straight into the show now. Wait till director. Where's Honorable Theo? Thank you very much for the presentation. We appreciate the knowledge you share to the Liberian people and the world at large. Volula, I think, where's Mr. Jalate? I
Mr.
think
Janet.
Jalate. Jalate. Oh, that is not Jalate. That is
Remember, we know Jalate.
that can never be Jalate. That is Honorable Chairman. Chairman, I salute your clarity. Yeah, that's Jalate, I know. Jalate, how is Grand Crew?
Gregory is doing okay. Gregory has been committed. Is one of the faithful wives that I know I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Faithful family. Gregory has done their job very well.
Thank you very much. Young Bulula, how is Nibakante?
The power hot to politics, the electoral college of Liberia, Nima County, the electoral college of Liberia is doing marvelously good, and we just elected a new president. We are looking forward for that president to deliver to the country. Even though I don't buy into his ideology for Liberia, but he have to prove me wrong. He have to really really do what the Liberian people overwhelmingly voted for him for to deliver.
Thank you very much. I think Chairman will be the last. Chairman, your country, I will call your country, no problem. Savasi Damoy, how is Lofa Kante?
I think Lofa Kante, did extremely well. Yeah, because that's where our president elect from. So at least let's just say the Liberian people did extremely well.
Thank you very much. Honorable Chairman Joseph Sigis Jr. How is Lofa Kante / Grand Crew? River says. I don't even know which one.
Man, I'm not from River says.
I said
You're not a bastard man.
I'm from Lofa Kante / Grand Crew.
Okay, Grand Crew. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they are doing well. They are doing extremely well in Lofa Kante, and Grand Crew is doing well also.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Facebook Live, this open table, we have come again to discuss politics. Today, politics is in the air. Liberian people are jubilating. They are doing the dividends. Dividends in the Republic of Liberia. They are doing dividends everywhere, all around the world. Dividends. As you can see me, I am jubilating. I'm celebrating. If I have my drum and salsa, I'm going to be beating it, dancing, the dividends in the Republic. I mean, in the name of the Unity Party. In the name of the Unity Party. How we are celebrating. We are celebrating and jubilating all over the world. But anyway, it's a privilege again to share the table with you, Honorable Jalate, Mr. Damboy, favorite son, Nibakante, Hulule, and the sons of, is it Grand Crew or Lofa County?
My man.
Lofa County and Grand Crew. That's why
Lofa
I'm.
County and Grand Crew. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. And now we're going to dive straight into the issue. We're going to start with the Honorable, the greatest politician on this planet, Mr. Janate. Janate, as a silver-headed man who have been following the election closely and have seen the United Party being the victor of the election. What is the take when it comes to Mr. Bwaka being the president, the new president-elect of the Republic?
Great question. So I know that we have little time to dive into the wins of President Bwaka elect, but let's talk about the structure of the going election, right? And
Okay.
Jan talk about it, and I want to little bit dive into that a little bit in terms of the way the election happened in Liberia. It has made me to rethink politics, Liberian politics particularly.
Yeah.
In terms of, if you look at the number from NIMBA and the number from the rest of the counties in Liberia, one would strategize in a way that says, okay, well, if I prioritize NIMBA, to hell with the rest of the counties. Because if I can get that number from NIMBA and maybe a few other counties, then to hell with the rest of the counties. So I'm thinking that going forward, maybe we'll have the luxury to debate the issue of the structure of Liberian politics in a way that, okay, could it be based on the numbers, or could it be based on the numbers of counties that individual win? All right, because I think personally, and just to be very brief, I think personally, if any elected government or elected individual is going to take all the counties very seriously, then all the counties should be important in terms of their status, not their numbers. Because at the end of the day, elected government might say, okay, we're not going to do anything in Rivers because Rivers not get that number. So whether we carry development there or not, it's not going to hurt us. But if we say if Rivers or Bapolu or River G is considered as a winnable counties. Like if I don't win the county, then my numbers of county that I will win will reduce. Then people will take that very seriously. So that is what I'm thinking in terms of the structure, right? We'll talk about that maybe sometime in the future. But in terms of the way our political system is structured, is something that made me, especially this going election, it made me to rethink that whether it should be based on electoral colleges or it should be based on popular vote, right? But it's something that is discussable. But in terms of who won this election, I have also or already have extended my thanks and appreciation to the supporters of President-elect President Bwaka and his supporters, and I've especially expressed my thanks and appreciation to all Liberians. Liberian has set up history. We shouldn't forget this. Then look at the election in the broader perspective. Liberia has set history. That is very important to me than any other person winning. Whether it was John Weah or whether it's Bwaka or whether any other person. Liberia has set history, and we should give our people the thumbs up because they have done their best on the continent to set an example for a certain president to call the president-elect within few minutes, barely within few minutes of the official announcement of the result. Within few minutes, he called. As we were told, he even wanted to go there, but they told him that, oh, Mr. President is late. So he just called and congratulated the president-elect. That is something that we haven't seen in the past decades on the continent of Africa. That is very important, especially post the time of Nelson Mandela. We have not seen these things happening on the continent. So Liberia has set a history, a record in terms of that. So Weah is not only the African best in terms of sport, he is now, if not the, or he is one of the best politicians on the continent of Africa in recent decades. So I will pause there and give you guys a chance as we tease these things out, because there are a lot of meat, there are a lot of things we have to unpack. There are a lot of substance here, importance into that election. So I know my guys are taking note. I want to give you the chance as we dive into these things very carefully.
Yeah. Even in addition to that, even the American democracy did not take that route, but Jawia did. Former President Donald Trump refused. And I will start right there, but I will switch my pendulum to Savasi Dama. Savasi Dama, what do you think about the election result in back home? The president elect is Joseph Yimabwaka, and the reaction from Mr. George Weah, not just world best of soccer, but world best of politics.
Yeah. First of all, let's give our people a big applause because they did extremely well, and the entire country. Number one, Jawia, it take African president to do such thing as Jawia did, because number one, I have the notion that the continent of Africa, there is no way a sitting president can give up power. It's hard. But Jawia changed some of our mind, wherein he came out and he called President-elect Joseph Boakai, yeah, to congratulate him. That's applause. Yes, during his leadership, people are unemployed and a lot of stuff is going on. But at least just by doing that, he set that precedent that Liberia, we can still make a change as a Liberian, and because of democratic, we should focus and we should unite. So our focus should be on the future of Liberia. How can we make an impact as a Liberian? And to Joseph Boakai, president-elect, don't make the mistake that Jawia did by surrounding people with who you know, or because they run your campaign. Yes, but let it be based on experience and those that can do the job, not those that ran campaign for 2 months. It's different, but those who can do the job. So I rest my case for now.
Thank you very much. Chairman, we're going to make you the last because you are the chairman. Vulula. Now, that Vulula favorite song of Niba Kante. Vulula, what is
Yes.
the take on the election result when it comes to the party partisan? The party President Kennedy or President-elect Joseph Yimabwaka as the new president of the republic, and then the reaction from the incumbent George Weah.
There are few things that can be recorded from the just ended election. First, the incumbent, which is the current ruling establishment, conducted a very free, transparent, and fair election with no interference. Absolutely no interference. George Weah have again set a history that will forever be remembered in the entire globe. On the entire globe. He has set a record. He did not interfere. He allowed the people to speak through the ballot. And the people's voices were heard. through the ballot. My two takeaway, the just ended election has sent a caveat to the current elected official and incoming official that when we give you power, you have to deliver.
Yes.
If you don't deliver, we will make use of our democratic right to remove you democratically. It send a message. I hope the current elected officials, those that are waiting to come to take leadership, they will see this as a ground that they should do what the people expected them of doing. They should use public funds on public stuff. They should not go in there and make themselves rich and forget the people that they are representing. 3, this election, there are high expectations being placed on the president-elect. I hope the president-elect will look at the high expectation that is before him from the people of Liberia. And I hope if not all, to tackle some of those key things that the people of Liberia want him to do. Number one, let him look into auditing the current government and reporting that audit report, making it public for the Liberian people to have access to it and know what is happening with their resources and their account. Number two, you should hold people accountable of anything that they will be in charge of. Hold people accountable. The Liberian people from this election is sure to us that we are ready, and we are ready. We will be looking deep and deeper into what people are doing with public offices. I rest my case for now.
Thank you very much. Yan Volule, favorite song in Kante. We said John Topa from Liberia, Brazzaville, John Topa from Burraville, Liberia, John Topa. We say thank you very much for following the show. Anyway, one about Chairman Joseph Jr. We will follow the lane, Joseph Ziggy Saka Sele Jr. Joseph Ziggy Saka Sele Jr.
I want to say the name.
Mr. Sele, just an issue. You have observed the election closely, very closely, between the United Party and that of the CDC. And then we have discussed this on this platform on numerous occasions, CDC and that of the United Party. But I just want to pose the same question to you, like I did to Mr. Volule and the rest of the panelists. What is your take on the president-elect and that of the war bears in politics and that of the war bears in soccer, reaction to the result?
First of all, thanks to everyone listening, to our viewers everywhere, while we're coming from your studio, in your house, your car, wherever you are listening from, we say thank you. Thank you very much. Going back to Liberia, to be honest, too many Liberians, especially those in the opposition, are overlooking what just happened in Liberia. And this is something that even the international community is not taking lightly. And also because I talk to people, and I told you what we are did is something that you cannot see on the continent of Africa. Now, we can talk about how he started. For me, I will tell you, George Weah is deserving of the exit. He's supposed to go. The leadership, he failed the Liberian people. But most times, in these cases, it's about how you end. And he ended his, like, it's about to end. It's not yet over. We still got to turn over power. But he's ending on a high note, a very high note. Because if you look around Africa, in Sierra Leone, right after the election, it was less than 4 hours when the sitting president said he was the winner. In Ivory Coast, they extended the constitution for the president to go there for the third term. everywhere around Africa, you see leaders stealing election and manipulating the constitution because of power. Now, let's look at our case in Liberia. George Weah is leaving with over 45% of the Liberian people approval. That is very high for a president to look at that percentage and say, look, I'm okay and I'm ready to leave. Over 45% of the Liberian people approval. So this man is not unpopular because Joseph Boyka won by very, very slim margin. And it was very capable, very easy to steal that election. But we went into the election, especially the runoff. People can have that difference for the beginning of the election. He went into the runoff with not even interfering. And all the propaganda and the lies that people had over there about pre-marked ballots and whatsoever, the international community disproved these allegations because people were creating chaos. We wanted to beat Joseph Boyka on his numbers and his own strength fairly, for which he didn't. And it took courage for him to accept with over 45% of the approval from the Liberian people to accept defeat. Because if we take it back, people like to talk without going back sometimes to history. Let's take it back further to 2011. UP in the runoff, Winston Tubman and George Weah, they decided to protest. UP went into the runoff by themselves. While George Weah and Winston Tubman were protesting, UP went into the runoff. All the pool washers were from UP, and UP beat George Weah. But however, the turnout for that election, that the turnout was less than 38%, which of course is less majority of the country. Less than 38% turnout for the runoff in 2011. Yet UP marched into that runoff and they took it and they went. But George Weah had more than that, more than 45% approval. And he told the Liberian people that I have had enough. I believe this man was tired. Like I always say, and I reiterate, I say Liberians should pray that George Weah is tired with power. And he showed to the people that he's tired and he's ready to allow the country to move forward. So to Joseph Boyka, we say congratulations. To lead Liberia is not an easy task. Liberians are very uneasy. They will soon start cursing your mom and everybody else, even though his Joseph Boyka mother is not there anymore. But they will soon start cursing and insulting. But you have signed up for something that you have to accept now. There's no time to complain, and you have to lead going forward. It's about time that we reconcile the country because for the past few months, feelings were inflamed. A lot of people show unrestrained hatred in the name of politics. I'm not sure Boyka can do that in a year. It's going to take a long time for us to heal the wounds that this election created. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Without further delay, I think I would like for the audience and the panelists to listen to the speech that was given by the outgoing president, President Wabes, Mr. George Weah.
More than ever,
Listen.
unity is paramount for the law of normal Liberia. To the members of the National Coalition for Democratic Change, fellow partisans, citizens, reactions, or auxiliaries, first-time voters, the campaign managers, the party leaders, I understand that this is not the outcome we desire. Although we did not emerge victorious, the hard work and support have been the backbone of our campaign. And for that, I am deeply grateful. I urge you to follow my example and accept the result of the elections. Go home tonight with the knowledge that our ideas and vision for Liberia remain strong. We are a young movement and our time will come again. Tomorrow, Resume your daily activities in a normal way and come and join me at our party headquarters to reflect on our journey and plan for our return to political leadership.
Yeah, we don't want to go into it. It's long, and that just showed democracy, and that's how it's supposed to be. You see, as an incumbent, you see what happened in Nigeria. Like you clearly stated that you say he's tired, but he loved peace. He's not tired. He loved peace. He believed in peace. He believed that the Liberian people deserve peace. You know, we fought 14 years civil war. That was very brutal. But at this historical junction, this man had come. He said that there is no way the Liberian people have elected somebody else and then I rigged the election. But because of peace sake, for peace sake, I will step aside. And that's what he did. And I look, I must applaud him for that. If this had been Nigeria, they were going to put the military in the street. The military in the police are going to get in the street. And then the Cuban are going to say, I won an election and I'm the president and nobody will have done anything. But to be honest, Joey did extremely well by acknowledging the fact that he lost the election. And in Africa, if Africa and the rest of the world can acknowledge this, even down to the United States or up to the United States, there's a caveat to Donald Trump. There's something that he should learn from a common man from Liberia. I'm being very honest. That if democracy can be of sorts in a deplorable country like Liberia, how about the United States? This is something that we got to take. No, Joe, we are going to go down in history, in Liberian politics, and even the rest of the world. I'm being very audacious about this. But anyway, I don't want to take all your time, but I will have to ask another question again. So, Honorable Theophila Jadater, who is the pioneer of politics, what is your thought when it comes to the speech that was given by the incumbent, George Weah?
We are not hearing you.
Sorry, guys. As Joseph mentioned, Comrade even mentioned it. It takes someone that really, 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 really loves the country to be able to do that. Simply because the election was very, very close, right? It's easy in Liberia for people to cheat, even when the margin is wide. In this case, it was very, very, very close, easy enough. The both sides were energized. People were ready to go in the street. But we have seen statements for politicians, elected officials indulging violence to some extent. And I am not surprised because John Weah have been consistent in terms of, hey, it's better to maintain peace than to share blood over power. And he have set the standard. He raised the bar to some extent that even people that come in, we hope that they will be able to follow suit. And all the things that we have seen in Liberia, particularly when elected officials are not being held accountable for ignoring their responsibility, is because they know that at the end of the day they're going to cheat. So they don't care what the people say or what the people think. They can do whatever they want. But if they know that my action will make me to lose in the next election, then their attitude will change. There will be a behavior change. In the event that there is free, fair, transparent election in Liberia, then you will see growth. You will see these tendencies, democratic, fighters to play in a ways that will bring development into that country or even as a whole on the continent. So I would say that speech was, brave, something that should be considered worthy from such a person. Joe had been a peace ambassador even before the election, and he had been consistent with that. He said, look, it's not good for anybody to lose bloodshed because of power, right? And that is not something we have seen. And I think very, very truly that, this coming individual, because the Liberian people have spoken. How many people went back to the House? How many people went back to the Senate? Because the election was fair. And I must commend the Election Commission as well. I could follow on my iPad up to date of the situation as it was unfolding in Liberia. What is the percentage of people voted in Nimba County, in Lofa? What is the percentage of people that have already been counted, county by county, live as it was happening in Liberia? So I must give NEC some sort of bravo too as well because of that. So we hope that these institutions, democratic institutions, will be strengthened by the great example that have been shown by Josh Weah, and that they will not just be something that just happened out of the blue. Joe Weah set the stage for us, and I hope that elected officials will follow suit so that our country will be on that pedestal in terms of national or global politics. So, yeah, I'll rest my case and give you guys a chance. But in terms of the numbers, yeah, please, maybe we can have another time. I just want for us to look at the structures in which these elections were conducted, especially so in terms of number, county by county. Should it be like popular vote, electoral college? Why you think will bring development to Liberia? So it could be another topic. So let me just pause there for a while and give you guys a chance.
Thank you very much. I think we'll go in the same order. Savasi, what is your take on the president's speech towards the president-elect, Joseph Iman Boakai, President George Weah to Joseph Iman Boakai last night?
Actually, Joey did extremely well for a sitting president to just come up before election result can even be pronounced. He called Joseph Boakai. So that's a plus. And so for me, the election already passed. But what is on Joseph Boakai agenda for the Liberian people? That's my main concern. Because Joey has the 1 month and a half to be in power. For now, he turned it over to President-elect Joseph Boakai. So, what are those strategies, the mechanism he going to bring that will bring job, that will bring improvement, bring security, and good health for the Liberian people? Because in the first place is that if someone cannot support themselves, they will get on the street. And definitely that's where man cause, power cause, and a lot of violence can come into place. But if Joseph Boakai focus can be on employment and finding means for job to come over to Liberia, that would be a plus for the Liberian people, and even we are overseas as well. And then secondly, we are overseas, we have a duty, a due diligence to make an impact in Liberia. It's not, okay, you will come on air and then say all this Swiss wars and stuff or criticize, but after criticizing, what will be our advice for our brothers and sisters back home? For me, I think differently. Because what? 5 to 10 or 20, 30, 40 years, from now, or where Liberia will be. Those that don't have the opportunity to live from Liberia or to travel somewhere else just to earn a living, would there be opportunity there for them to work, to sustain their family, So, to me, I think we have to also focus on that. So, Joseph Braga, president-elect, yeah, it's a big responsibility he already grabbed from the Liberian people. So, he has to prove himself as a leader because the Liberian people already trusted him and gave him the power to lead them and for them to be able to sustain themselves within Liberia. And President Weah, yeah, he did extremely well. He did excellent by calling Braga and then pronouncing the result himself. So that's already passed. For me, I look at the future because there is no way you can dig into the past. That's a history by itself. Now we can read 5, 10, 15 years from now. So it's the future for the Liberian people. So I rest my case for now.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sabasi Damar. Thank you. Thank you very much. Favorite song, Nyan Volule. Nyan and Devula Nibakante. What is your thought when it comes to the president message to Mr. Bwaka and that of the Republic of Liberia last night after an hour or 2 hours after the result was given, not even the entire result, but the president, the Cuban president, thought it was that for peace sake, for for the Liberian people to be at peace, they have elected new president. The speech that was given last night, what is your thought on that from our president, Honorable George Manawia?
Yes, we don't want to be repetitive or and what have you, but Josh we have decision to accept the result. His action throughout the process is showed to the global world that democratic process need to be respected. The voice of the people need to be respected. When the people come out, they speak. They lead us how to listen. That's why That's the message that George Weah sent to the world. George Weah have once again taken the place as a political Messi or political Ronaldo right now in the global world. Right now, as we speak. But let me say this. Right now, I want us, to talk to the elected official, the president elect. Don't just come in and just forget about the mistake that George Weah made. Some of the greatest mistake that got George Weah to be in a position he is in now. This elected officials, the newly elected official, have to look at those mistakes, keen it. George Weah was not speaking to the nation. Right now, one of the things that was on the ballot that the people voted for on this ballot was rice price in Liberia. Rice price was on the ballot. Can we say rice is cheaper in other part of the world right now? The answer is no. But what George Weah lacked at that time is speaking to the people. He was not speaking to the people. Rice is one, even in the greater United States right now. The box of rice we used to buy for $10 is about $20 to $25 right now. Rice is expensive everywhere. But rice price were on the ballot. The people overwhelmingly voted against George Weah because of rice price. Will Joseph Boakai address that issue? If rice price continue to rise, what is Joseph Boakai and his team's strategy that will ease the minds of the people, that will bring the tension down in the country because of rice price? These are things that they got to start thinking about. Because even here, the gallon of milk we used to buy for $2 or $1.50 is $5 right now. So the global war is going through a crisis. But it leave with you, the leader, to strategize and speak to your people so you can ease the tension. That's what Joseph Boakai need to be looking at. We understand Kush and all those things, the drugs, pandemics in Liberia, all over. But if Liberian men don't eat, don't see their rice, it's something that they really take, to consideration hard in our country. So I want to tell the president-elect, look at some of the key things that George Weah was not doing that got the people to vote against him and start targeting it now. I mean now.
Thank you. Thank you very much, favorite son, Nibakante. Thank you very much. Anyway, I will go to the comment section, then I will switch my president to Honorable Chairman Joseph Junior. John Tokwa from Brownsville. John Tokwa, he said not so much. That's the comment section. Not so much that he is tired, Honorable Chairman, but he believed in peace. He was referring to George Weah, the statement that Chairman were making, and then John Tokwa came in and make a comment, and then we have Anthony Gabler on the phone. I will answer this call and then switch my panel to the chairman. Hello, Tony Gabler.
Hello.
You are live on Open Table.
Okay, thank you for allowing me. I listen to all of the panelists, and what I did not hear them talk about is how divisive we is. You have ran the party CDC, but yesterday he said we are share. And so in the CDC, there was already faction. He divided them by identifying some as a reaction, where they portray him as not CDC, and he identifies some as solution. Okay? That's being divisive. And besides, when I hear people trying to hail him for concession speech, that whether he did it like Trump did or not, he was always weighed out. So he did not do anything so magnificent that nobody has ever done or nobody will ever do. And the reason he acted the way he acted,
In modern history, nobody has done that.
Who manipulated the Constitution to get a third term. He was being so the lack of himself. If he attempt anything, either you see the fire and you run into it and you expect someone to rescue you. All right? He saw what happened in Guinea, what happened in Mali, what happened in Niger, and other places where president manipulated the process. So he did not do anything that is so great that we should take our hat off and say, oh, we are doing something that nobody has ever done. Whatever he did was meant for him to do. So you can't go to work and you do your job and say, I did so much. It was part of your responsibility. All right? And the incoming leadership, we expect it to do the best. Nothing is going to come easy. Campaign promises are for sure based on the cooperation you get from the two horses. You got two sides of the eye. So you can't say you will do this and when the horse are represented in the Senate approve it and say you to do nothing. You're not going to succeed. So we hope that all of them involved, if they all do their due diligence, I can assure you, Emma Walker and his officials will do the best. All right?
Thank you.
We are silenced himself from the people. He excommunicated himself. All right? What kind of president will be there that he has never had any press conference? Times are hard. Times will be hard all the time. Okay, we are facing global crisis, global warming, global political problems. So it comes with a territory. So we should not forget to be a thing that we are dead. Oh, he did that. And it's necessary. Okay? So there's nothing he did wrong that he did and no one could do, or he did that he's the first to do it to go down in the Guinness Book of Records. Yes, he was going to the Guinness Book of Records for his bad governance. And he should start.
Oh God.
All right.
I gotta talk. Anthony Gabler to go. I gotta talk.
Okay, thank you very much, Tony Gabler. We'll talk to you later. Gentlemen, I'll go to the comment section again. Sando Camo is waving to Open Table. Thank you very much, Sando Camo. You are highly recognized. Honorable Chairman, what is your take on a speech given by the incumbent President George Weah to the President-elect Joseph Boakai?
I don't expect Anthony Gabler to understand the magnitude of of the issue here because he is very biased, especially a man from the Lofa County side, and he's all about Joseph or we are dead poorly or whatsoever. We understand that we are not a good leader. We are not here to praise the fact that we are a good leader and sing praises for his leadership. But what we are did, we repeat, is something that have never been done in the entire nation. And you can go around Liberia and you can go around Africa, and it's very rare for you to see someone with over 45% of the
49 plus, brother.
that's what I'm
Shoot.
saying. Over 5%. It's 49% approval rating. No president on the continent of Africa has walked away with over 49 plus approval rating. He walked away on a hard note. This is not an easy task for you to talk about. We are for the first time. Look at his people in their eye. For the first time, he had the backbone to say no to his people because one bloodshed was too much for Liberian. One bloodshed. We're not saying that we are not involved into other things that he did, and the hardship that is in Liberia is so we are just on a black eye to hear whatsoever. No, there's a lot of things that's going in Liberia. We can point finger at we are directly. But yesterday, we is the darling ball of Liberia democracy. Yesterday, we became the darling ball of African democracy. Yesterday, the American people included we was into their statement. That speech you just put out, the American people, they put that into their statement. They told seditions and told Liberians to follow the example of we are. They didn't say follow the example of Ellen. They didn't say follow the example of Kufuor. They didn't say follow the example of Obasanjo. They didn't say follow the example of Paul Kagame. They said follow the example of we are. They included it in that statement. But we see people who talk sometimes and don't even have some of this international connection, they will just look at it to be something so small and so little. Yesterday, he became the darling ball of your democracy. You can talk about whatsoever you want to talk about. You can talk about his leadership and how poor he performed. He did perform poor, and he is absolutely deserving of the essay. But yesterday, we have men. I'm talking to you as someone who know what happened yesterday. We have men ready to go in the street so that Yeke Koluba and the Prince Johnson of Liberia could not stop what we could have done yesterday. He had men. Yesterday, he had men. He looked in their eyes and he told them, I will concede defeat. You know how many sedition had tears in their eyes yesterday when we was ready to go and announce that? Who can pull out more numbers in muscle rather than George Weah? If George Weah wanted to wreck election, who in Liberia has the masses of support? Who can put out more men in Liberia than Weah? Nobody. So you can talk about his leadership and his field leadership. Already deserving to be living. But yesterday he became the darling ball of African democracy. And you guys will only know with time what he did because the American people applauded him for that. And that is no easy feat. Okay?
So anyway, I would dive straight into that. I have a question, but just I have to ask you a question before I go back to the all over questions for everybody as a panelist. But to you, Mr. Honorable Chairman Joseph Sitangantele Jr., you clearly indicated that George Weah, as a leader, he had men to put them in the street, but because being a good leader, he stayed back. He told the men not to get in the street. Prince Johnson, Yeke Koluba, Bon Neke would not even stop them. Okay, we understand that. But this is the issue. We are talking about democracy. We are talking about peace. We are talking about leadership. So do you think it was prudent enough for he to call his men to get in the street to destabilize democracy?
I will tell you first and foremost that we didn't call them. We didn't call them. They gathered already. He wasn't about to destabilize democracy. He had men around him. We had men around him. He didn't call them. And let's not forget that Weah is the head of the armed forces of Liberia. He's the commander-in-chief.
Okay.
Weah is the one that can give authority, and authority will be followed in all of Liberia.
Thank you.
He didn't call nobody to destabilize the peace. That's why he allowed the process to flow. But one person you guys should also be grateful for is the head of NEC. You know how many insults this woman received that she was going to steal it because she's from Southeastern? The tribal politics sometimes make people to be noticeably blind, and the badness sometimes is showing, and sometimes it becomes so disgusting.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairman. We have a caller on the phone. Hello, Honorable Reverend Dr. Christopher Fowler. You are live on Open Table.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on Open Table. Thank you for having me on Open Table, and I just want to greet all the distinguished panelists. See my own bourgeois on the table this morning, Mr. Teofilo Gilate. And the fearful son of Nema County is smiling. He has always been fearful, son of Nema.
Fearless.
Fearful son. Went to Liberia, hid himself for the Nema people. I showed this. Come to America and act like he's the fearful son, fearless son. But let us first and foremost dive into something. I wish I had all the time to be on as requested by XYZ, but you know that I had to go do the people thing.
I know.
But I want to thank Open Table for having this discussion, and also salute my own brother Oda Sabasi, and of course the chairman of the table, the nephew that's coming back home. And the door is always open. I told you before that he's the greatest winner in this election. Joseph Sellers Jr. Either way it went, he was still going to be there. The guy is poised. The guy was poised in this election to be anything. Whether on the side of Kumi, he still has something. Whether it's Joseph Walker, he got something. Got a piece of cake. But let's congratulate Liberian people in the first and foremost. Liberian people did well. They went to the polls. They conducted themselves. They spoke. This election was not about Joseph Walker. I said it every time, every morning I talk. It was about the Liberian people. The Liberian people carried Liberia into a new dimension. It wasn't Liberian people. It wasn't about Joseph Walker. Joseph Walker was just used as a conduit to bring about this new change. Joseph Walker, where he was, it only took the Liberian people. The Liberian people trusted Joseph Walker to unseat George Weah. Simple. It was not about Joseph Walker. And I also want to say here that our democracy is getting better. Mm-hmm. It will get better over time. Mm-hmm. I want to thank President Weah for conceding, and President Weah did what was necessary to be done. And let I will piggyback into a few of the comments from other people. President Weah did what he's supposed to do because there was no pathway. We should not say, oh yeah, he did this with a result. There was no pathway. For the two other persons that left, the votes could not mount onto the outstanding vote. Most especially the place the votes were coming from, those votes are already warranted because of ballot stuffing. Let's forget about all of that. The election is over. The election is over. Let's forget about all of that. Ballot stuffing was already done in Grand Coulee County, and those ballots were already quarantined according to NEC Chapman. So even though we're going to add all the remaining votes, George Weah wouldn't have the number. Remember, this election was about simple majority. It was not about anything. 51, 52, or 50, you win. So George Weah, for the first time, and let me go into what Brother Jan said. George Weah's greatest failure was not speaking to the Liberian people. He did not speak to the Liberian people. everywhere in the world, we got this issue of rising prices of everything. Just look, just I commend him for the speech. Why Joe we did not come on live? He had to speak to the Liberian people.
Right.
That was an insult to us. When Joe we accepted the presidency, he spoke live. But now he's going out, he go behind camera to talk to us. I understand his pain. I understand his pain. But you know what? That's what it's all about. There was no power for John. John we had to concede. Whether he conceded yesterday or Monday or whatever time, he needed to concede. There was no power for him. And again, I want to also piggyback to Joseph Sele comment. Yes, George Weah went on a hard note because you see, George Weah is sitting right at 50% of the popular votes in Liberia. He was sitting right at 50%. The popular vote. So George Weah still got a number. He still had a number. Anybody think to defeat an incumbent in Africa is simple? It is not. They may have $50 million from his account into the election, man. What Joseph Bogado were doing, go for me. So it was not as a simple thing for Liberia. But the Liberian people were resolved to remove George Weah because there were extrajudicial killings. There were people that died, the auditors died, other people died, basic children went. There are a lot of things that happened in Liberia. George Weah did not speak to it. He did not speak to the Liberian people. All these things happened on the leadership. But you know what? The people mustered the courage. They spoke to the nation and addressed the situation and promised the people better. Just we are not doing. Just we are going out of office and thinking about calling people seditions and reactions and so on. That speech, he did the thing that democracy called for to concede, but going deep into calling his reaction and sedition, it was the same divide we're talking about here. The divide he created by putting all the sophistication into the government while other people are deprived, that's a divide. But yeah, we can reconcile the country. Yeah, we can reconcile the country. We're going to open the road to the southeast. So at least this issue of certain part of the country being excluded,
isolated.
Our democracy will improve because you see, the people over there, the lack of other people, not even want to go in the southeast to campaign. We should connect every part of Liberia. We'll be freely able to go and tell the people what we can do instead of just basing our campaign on, oh, I'll do this, I'll give you rest, I'll give you this, I'll give that. I think we need to get better. So not to take most of your time, and so that is what George Weah did. I commend him for doing it, but I felt that he should have come on national or TV or whatever and say it in the public, in the eyes of Liberian people. George Weah led the country, he did not lead right. So the Liberian people spoke and he went out. George Weah needed to at least face the country for the last time and say, well, I can see this defeat. That's fine. Whatever he did it, that's okay. However he did it, that's okay. But you know, I thought it was insulting to us as Liberians wanting to do it behind closed door, to do it with calling. And so George Weah filled the Liberian people and the Liberian people spoke. So I want to thank you for the show. And I wish you all well, and thank you for discussing the issue. Well, we can promise that by the grace of God, Women Buwaka want to bring about a dawn of a new day in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's the voice of Reverend Dr. Christopher Fala from Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. Thank you very much. Anyway, we'll go to the comment section again. Dama D on the dog or something like that. Dog. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but if I pronounce it the wrong way, then that's so be it. But it's Dama D. Dama D Square. Yes, Dama D Square. That's a country name. That's country name. But anyway, Honorable Chairman, I know you want to buttress what the reference is.
Can I have 1 minute to just say? I'll give it back to you. 1 minute.
Go ahead, Chairman. Go ahead, Honorable Chairman.
Please, 1 minute. 1 minute. That's the thing. I will for me to ask question when people say some that what we are did is just not really is necessary whatsoever. Let's look at Trump, right? This is going election, the past election. You guys can go Google and look all around for Trump concession speech. You will never find none There is no single concession speech from Trump towards Joe Biden. Trump refused. He broke tradition in America with all its infrastructure and system. And you guys want to underestimate why we are there with his speech. In Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, he won with 37% of the vote. When the people protested and they wanted to go to the court, the court rejected their claim and they took Bola Tinubu and made him president. So we should understand here, there was a pathway for we had to rig the elections. We had to rig the election, and the UP was going to go to the court, especially after the second result. We could turn all Nimba County vote over and make the neck to announce, and he will stay in power. And UP are going to go to the court. So let's be a little bit gracious in defeat and extremely humble in victory. That's why we need to be extremely humble in victory.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. But comment section again, Christopher. Reverend Dr. Christopher Father says that JNB did the same in 2017. That means that when he got defeated, he also gave a speech. But anyway, without further delay, let's dive straight into the question. Politician of our time, Planner Ive, Gio Janate.
It's Savazin term.
Come again?
Savazin term.
No, Gio,
no, you are going with Uncle Tio Savasi.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Sorry, you man. Sorry.
Janate, there's a question. Why George Weah was voted out of office November 14, 2023? Why was he voted out? Liberian people hired with George Weah, but what is the reason why he was voted out of power?
Well, Liberian people were angry. Let's put it very simply. The Liberian people were angry of the way things are going now in Liberia. Okay, let's put it very simply that way. They were angry and they wanted to vote the government out. But that anger was focused. And let me explain that briefly. Right now, we see globally, we're seeing prices are going up. Ukraine used to be the war bread basket. Ukraine used to be the war bread basket. Ukraine is a war that is affecting other countries globally, including African countries. There's hunger going around. The Liberian people, they don't get down of what's going on in Ukraine. What they get down about is the prices should go down right now. Even if we are what to explain to them that, look, there are global crises, things are happening globally, and these things are happening affecting what's going on in Liberia. Liberian people don't want to listen to that. What they want to listen to is the prices should go down right now. So to put it very simply, the people were angry and they wanted we are removed. So that number one. Number two is that Liberian people forget. I don't want to say have short memory, no, but I think Liberian people forget of what happened during Ellen's time. Ellen's time, we have international institutions, organizations that were pumping money into that country because they wanted to maintain the peace in Liberia.
Army were there.
ECOMOG were there. So the money was going into that country. So you see that because of this, the presence of the national institutional organization, the rate at which money was flowing into that country is not a way it happened during Weah's time. And in fact, during that time, there was some sort of stability globally. Ukraine was stable, other countries were stable. Right now, we have the war at war, global conflicts, impacting and reshaping national and international events. Liberian people don't want to listen to all that English. What they want now, that if they go to the store, dry market, their cup of rice, the price will not go up no matter what happens. When a cup of rice price goes up, they hold the president responsible for that, whether he explains or not. So putting that to bed, though, we know that these things couple with, we have behavior as well as, like, and we are achievement can be debatable. I'm not coming out here to say, look, we are done extremely well or we are done perfect. No, that is not my argument. We have done things that the people did not like personally, in terms of the way he was handling the economy, corruption within his government, employing young people that were irresponsible enough to hold their office with dignity. All those things were other fighters counter and other things. So there were irresponsibility within that government. It's not what we're saying here. Where achievement can be debatable. You can say right now we are not seeing high school these days. They are not paying tuition. University of Liberia is free, and YFE is free. All these things we can debate them in terms of their leadership and government achievement, right? But it's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the history that we have set, that Joseph mentioned, Yan had mentioned that, even Savasi mentioned that. That look, what is true that we should give credence to the incoming government, the Liberian people, for organizing and responsibly going to the vote and exercising their political franchise. We should remember that it could go either way because of the history of that continent. To give power, to surrender power is not something easy, especially so knowing the history of the continent. Paul Kagame is doing well in Rwanda. He's doing well. Is the fastest growing country on the continent of Africa. Paul Kagame is asking for third term, even though there is constitutional limit. He asking, using the people. Now they're saying that the people are asking Paul to come for third term to change the constitution. Are you kidding me? Are the people asking for constitutional amendment to change the constitution to third term? But these are the things politicians can do, especially if they want to maintain and hold on to power. So what we are saying is that, look, while it is true that there were bad behaviors here and there, the election was relatively responsible. People exercised their franchise. People conducted themselves peacefully, and on top of that, to add source to that, we have seen the maturity from the Weah himself to call his opposition and congratulate him. There is something. America is the best democracy in the whole entire world. We have seen what happened in the past election. But Weah example, it will serve a new level. So people should understand that our perspective, we come into the forum to not say because we had done good, no, or we did not do good, but we coming from the perspective of the broader background or the broader reflection of that of the election. So I want to pause there and give you guys a chance to dance it out, but that is where my thinking is. There is. Here is where my neurons are firing, to put it very simply. So I must give you guys the chance to talk.
Thank you very much. Savasi Dama is asking to leave. Savasi Dama left already. You are muted, Savasi Dama.
All right. Yeah, let me just come in quick and then contribute
Savasi
before I
Dama,
leave.
the question to you is why was George Weah voted out of power on November 14, 2023?
Actually, Chawia is not a bad individual. He's not a bad leader. But the circle, those that he appointed into various positions, make him a bad leader. Because, bro, when we will be independent and stop being backing international. Yes, when we will actually sustain ourselves 80% as a Liberian, then focusing on international health. And so, yes, let kick out Joe we are Noah or receive international support. One way or another, he received some source of income for international. But what he refused to do to appoint qualified individual to various ministries. That's the mistake he made. And hopefully, President-elect just Bwaka shouldn't make that same mistake by appointing people that don't know how to function effectively and then put them to various ministry. That will harm his administration seriously. So that's actually that brought President George Weah down today, and the Liberian people voted him out. Because the Liberian people actually put hope and courage into George Weah, and he let them down. You see that? But if George Weah comes to appoint qualified people, and then because those people that he appointed to serve as his advisor. Yes, I think what Pastor Father spoke about, and Nana Pastor Father or Anthony Gaylor spoke about our senators and representatives. Yes, but those people that the president appoint, they play a very key role as well. Is it so? Now my focus is on Joseph Bwaka, president-elect, to focus on empowerment, employment. Number one, even when people are employed, even when rice price increase or goes up, as long people can afford, it's better than when there is no employment. Then at the same time, commodities are also increasing. So how do we expect people to survive? So that's what happening on Chowia. So let President-elect Joseph Bwaka look at those mistakes that our president made, and he shouldn't follow that same step. So I rise and I have to leave, and I appreciate you guys for the time, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Savasi Damari. Thank you so much. That was the voice of Savasi Damari. Anyway, Mr. Vulule, the question to you is, why was George Weah voted out of power November 14, 2023? What are some of the issues that caused the Liberian people to vote George Weah out of power, who is one of the greatest popular men in the Republic of Liberia?
You know, there are a lot of things that the Liberian people took to consideration, and they took it to the ballot box. I would say, in my own understanding, from my own observation of Weah administration, I would say the number one thing that Weah did that he shouldn't have done to keep quiet on the Liberian people. When incident that is hurting the Liberian people happen, things that are hurting the Liberian people happen, George Weah will turn his back, and the next thing we'll see, it will be music from George Weah being poured out. He will go in the studio. It was like you playing fun out of the people. It was like you playing fun out of the people. You know? So I think that was his number one biggest mistake ever he made in his administration. I don't care everything that went on. If George Weah was speaking to the people regularly, and that's why I'm urging the president-elect Joseph Boakai to take that to consideration. I think that was the number one biggest mistake of George Weah. Look, when the 16 billion issue happened, if George Weah have come up, you are a politician, you have to have that sweet tone to convince the people. When there's a tension between your kids in the home, they're waiting to hear from daddy, or they're waiting to hear from mommy. If mommy not talk, that crisis will continue to go on. That's what was happening in Liberia. That's what George Weah biggest mistake. All the other things that are happening, I think the root cause was keeping quiet on the Liberian people and cutting speech from there and playing fun out of them, because things are hurting the people rise based in that form, rise price off the roof, skyrocket high. I'm not saying that his fault, but instead of addressing that issue, making the people to understand, even you can't speak good English. There are people in the villages that will understand your broken English.
Yes.
Come on the camera. The Dr. Father said, come on the camera and address the issue any kind of way. If you call for you to speak direct to the people. In fact, the people will even love you more when you speak direct to them.
Thank you very much.
Us that was his biggest mistake, and that the people took it to the body bath and they revenge on it.
Thank you very much. According to Jan Bolule, the downfall of George Weah, he did not speak to the Liberian people very well. He did not communicate very well. You don't have to have the sugar-coated tongue like Charles Taylor. You don't have to speak like Madame Salih.
No.
You don't have to. You can speak crude to the people that will understand you, George Weah. You can speak our Liberian English, can let go. They will understand you, George Weah. But anyway, I don't want to dive into that. I will send it to number chairman Junior.
Or he can speak Loma to the Liberian people. They will understand.
No, the men are Loma. You can't say that.
I can tell you when Joseph Boakai do the same, they were voting out.
So, Mr. Saleh, what is your honorable chairman? What is your take on? What is the reason why Mr. Honorable Excellency George Manuel Weah was voted out of power November 14, 2023? What do you think is the main cause? What is the root of that?
A lot of people are picking some of the important points. To be honest with you, I would tell you the man, for the most part, I'm not saying he's a saint. He probably is a good character in some places or to some people, but he's not a good leader. Leadership is not for him. Leadership is not for Weah, because if you sit here and you look at Weah, he's lacking a lot of leadership characteristics. Skill. Like people speaking on some of these things. Look, let's look at the communication issue. He's not an effective communicator. However, as a leader, you have to talk a lot. Even when you do not feel like it, you should not communicate to the people through music. You are not a musician. You are not a rapper. You are a leader.
People took offense of that. Even me, I took offense of that.
A leader.
Sorry, go ahead.
You are a leader. So a simple Christmas message, and you got to go put Christmas hat on, and you go to studio and put music outside for Christmas music. I understand it's the playboy, but this is the presidency. Look, this is the presidency. A Christmas message that you can stay in front of camera and put out. He put Christmas hat on your head, and he put out album.
He go sing.
Yeah, he go sing. And the thing is, you see, when you cannot communicate effectively your plans and what you intend to do for them, especially when things are going very or bad and things are difficult, they start to get mad. They grow angry, and
your plan will be misunderstood.
And we are not just for not communicating well. We are needed to fire a lot of people in his circle. A lot of people, but I can tell you for this, like a lot of people that are close to him, people believe in or praising him. I think he's a God I love praises. So when they say Paku, then a job is secure. You should not be securing a job because someone say Paku. Because when someone saying Paku, you strong, Then they're just trying to appeal to you after they are messed up out there, and then you look at them and you say, okay, or whatsoever. A lot of parkour you strong around him, you need to tell him, say, my man, close your mouth, you are fired.
And go to your job.
Yeah. And when you come with parkour, you strong, it said you look at the person record, my man, close your, like you need, look, for almost 6 years, how many people you can tell in his inner circle he fired? The international community forced him to make some people to leave, like McGill and Bill Torrey and other people. You cannot do that. There are a lot of people you will have to fire as a leader. You have to be strong and you have to be effective. You have to. Look. That's why I said there are some leadership tendencies in Joseph Boyka. Even though sometimes I question some of the things he's doing, but I can see he always quit to change tactic. Like later on in the campaign, you see Amara Kone become the man. Dillon and other people then take a back seat. That was effective for him. He knew that Amara Kone.
That's wisdom.
He knew that Amara Kone could deliver the goods. So, hey, he put Amara Kone ahead. While Dillon and Youngbley and everybody have fan faces around him, and they are being all showing, the Pape wanted the goods to be delivered. And he trusted Amara Kone in the damn minute to deliver the goods. That was some insight you have to look at. And overall, to close on this, Nimba County is still the county that is going to decide election for a long time. Until we can decide how we're going to do things, PYJ is a kingmaker. When we are look at PYJ and tell PYJ, I'm not giving you money, he challenged PYJ. And I know why PYJ be telling the people from Nimba. I believe the people from Nimba are listening to that man. If there's two people that they listen to, I don't think they listen to God more than they listen to PYJ. The people at Nimba are listening to PYJ before they listen to God. I want to look. As bad as it is,
It's the power of communication we're talking about here, brother. The man can go communicate with people in dialect.
As bad as it is, you got to understand that PYJ is holding the people of Nimba County with iron hand. And until he exits the stage, until he is no more, you have to go to PYJ and talk to him to get the people of Nimba County. Nimba County was the reason that he fought at last minute to time. Though he failed miserably, he deserves to go. There are a lot of things. We are not going to talk about some of his achievements because look, you cannot look at any government and say we cannot calculate some achievement. There's some achievement that we can say, yes, he did this, but he needed to go. And it's okay. It's okay for the Liberian people. Look, they are angry. They voted. Through that vote, Joseph Boyka is the man now. And I'm asking, before I end, I'm asking Joseph Boyka to not follow in the footsteps. Joseph Boyka, usually, he can look at things sometimes. He's slow, calculative, look at things. He's not the talking person, so he should not use the Jawia style. Even if they have to write his little note and thing and put it in front of him, he should speak constantly to the people. Because I guarantee you in the first year, they will start getting uneasy. And if they are seeing the goods deliver, Joseph Boyka will be an old man that will be stressed. You don't want to stress the man that is that old. So, like, we got to have some very good doctor by his side and making sure that he's doing his job effectively.
Thank
All
you.
right.
I will answer that question. I will send Dr. Yan to be with him, the incoming doctor. Thank you very much. Yan Vula, you got a job. But anyway, Tio Jalater. Honorable Tio Jalater, there's the final question. We got to give the final question, then give our departing statement. But this is the final question. Everybody going to go around and discuss that. From there, we'll go to the departing statement. But this is a question to you, Honorable man of this platform, Mr. Jalater, politician, pioneer. This is the issue. What is your expectation from Boakai administration, from the new administration that Boakai is going to take?
Well, this will be my final thought and my departing statement as well. I have to, I'm sorry, but I think the Boakai government needs to take the trust that the people put into them, and they have to take it very seriously, right? When you the Liberian government is the major employer in terms of people who are working in Liberia. They hire people, they employ people. About over 80% of the people that are working in Liberia are working for the government, right? It's not like United States where most of us are working for the private institutions. In Liberia, most of the people are working are hired by Liberian government. So if you want the institutions to work, various ministries to work, you have to hold people accountable. Something that I wish the Jovial government would have done. Look at the city mayor, Jefferson Koji, right? Young man, they entrusted him to power, but he was not being responsible. So let's be very honest. When the people trust you and give you state power, you have to take that very seriously. So I expect the worker government that they will be able to, because they are one that going to be doing the hiring, they should take that offer, responsibly, and be able to question people, be able to hold people responsible for their behaviors, their attitude, right? And I'm not expecting to go well, as Brother Yan said, but they should be able to speak to the people. And what happened is that the Liberian people are going to be very surprised, simply because things are not going to be, you know, butter and bread for them. Things are still going to be hard. Even if you look at the days and months to come, people are going to say that we are government was better than Waka, because things are not going to be better than it is we are time right now. So they have to be very careful the way in which they will process that information. Brings me to the end of my statement here. I want to say thank you to all of you, Combrian, SYC, SYZ. I want to say thank you to Joseph as well, and thank you to all the Liberian people. Right, we should commend them. They have done extremely great. I want to commend the Liberian people. So thank you to all of you, and may God bless you. May God bless our nation and our home Liberia. Thank you. You have a great weekend and keep safe.
And before you go, I think all of you need to congratulate me as a panelist on this show.
Congratulations, SYZ. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Well, anyway, Bulula, I think that, you can answer the same question. What is the expectation from the new government?
Well, my expectation is very high. Hold on. I just want to fix this real quick. I don't know why. Only two of us here now.
But where's Chairman?
But why is not going? Well, yeah, my expectation is very high. Yeah, Joseph Boakai came throughout the campaign. He was referred to as the agriculture gurus. You know, he was referred to as the agriculture gurus. So my expectation in that line, Joseph Boakai should be able to revamp the agricultural system so that our people will not just depend on government job, so that our people will be employed. One of my expectation on that meaning is the agriculture minister should not just be sitting in Morovia collecting budgets. The agriculture ministry should be regularly checked on, and regularly a monthly report should be given. Whoever, if that agriculture ministry will be under the supervision of the vice president office, regular monthly report should be given to the vice president, and the vice president should keep an eye on that. If I'm not saying they will be given to the vice president, because the people of Liberia already know Jerry, how you call him, Joseph Boakai, as the agriculture gurus. He coming to revamp and improve the agricultural system of our country. Number two expectation. Joe Boakai, the people, their rice business is high. 17 United States dollar for a bag of rice right now in Liberia. What on your agenda. When you giving, in fact, from now on, you should be giving either weekly press conference until the turnover can happen. A weekly press conference should start taking place. Speak to the people. What you gonna do to minimize the price of rice in the country? If you do that, the people will continue to celebrate you and cherish you. Speak to the people. Do not keep quiet on the people and cut us speak and be sending them voice message that George we are dead. The people that look, even me that I told serious offense when George was sending out George or how you call it voice messages to people. I was taking serious offense of that. That was a total gross disrespect to the people of Liberia, and we are not expecting it from these newly elected officials. So that's my expectation. It's not much. These are the key things you need to tackle, and decentralize the ministries. Decentralize the ministry. Don't just your minister that should not just be sitting down in Morovia. Morovia is not Liberia. That's why things then that need to happen in Grand Cru, in Grand Gine. That's why those countries not improving, because our ministers just sitting right there in Morovia. They don't step foot. Minister of Internal Affairs. When I not yet a minister of Internal Affairs going to Grand Cru or Grand Bassa or Grand this. Those things, and it need serious and serious supervision. And our mental health system need attention in our country. And that's my own era. If Joe Banker need a consultant in our land, I'm right here to give fruit to work for Liberia. That's my country, to get my free services. I will do that.
Thank you, favorite son, Niba Kante. Honorable Chairman, what is the expectation from the newly elected government, the president-elect Joseph Yuma Boakai?
My expectation is for him to, number one, sell LDC to me so I can buy LDC and change.
That's corruption. We can't do that. We don't believe in that.
I'm his nephew. I'm his nephew. He can do business with his nephew. Okay, on a real note, let's be frank. I expect Joseph Boyka to communicate to the Liberian people more.
Mm-hmm.
I expect Joseph Boyka he's coming into leadership with a wealth of experience. There's a lot of experience here. There's no room now for failure. You are not at that stage, in that age in your life. You have seen the good, the bad, the ugly, the not so good, whatsoever. The old man lived through them. He saw some good leaders. I'm pretty sure old man Boyka was around doing Turbo Town. Liberians still talk about Turbo. If there is a need for him to be reading books right now, he should be reading about what Turbo was doing right. Starting to go back into some of the history and trying to pick some things that other leaders did right. Right? You got to add it all to up, and then you find your own path. But the country is deeply polarized. That's the first thing. With a 49 and change and a 50 something and change, you are coming into power with a deeply polarized society. The first thing is to reconcile the people, because when people are still angry, they will not allow you the chance to lead effectively. You got to reconcile the nation as a father now. The people who never voted for you, you got to look at them and tell them, say, I am your leader too. And I promise you that if you are qualified, you will get job in this administration. That to extend an olive branch to those on the other side, because they are hurt right now. So it's not about it's our time, it's the Liberian people time. And what Jan said, this is his strength. Any leader, we are in power, whether corporate America or whatsoever, any leader, you should first use your strength. And if you are IT expert, use your IT skill. If you're economic, use that skill. If you are engineer, use that skill. Lawyer, use that skill. You should look straight to his strength. He understands agriculture. He's from Lofa County. Lofa was once the breadbasket of Liberia. He should go back to the soil. Because when the people are fed, they will not have too many things to complain about. They will go to sleep good at night. When the stomach is full, they will find time to sleep. Because you know how the people to do the training in the olden days, or back then in the day. I think you know about that in the village. They feed it later on in the evening and then they go straight to bed. So make sure Liberian people are eating good. But go back to the soil, check on our infrastructure. The road to Lofa, the road to the southeast. If you can't complete them in 6 years, we have a problem. You got to leave behind a legacy. So pick one thing that is they are going to remember you for. If it's electricity, make sure electricity is out there, outstanding, and is booming, strong. If it's water, make sure you build that. If it's road, make sure you do that. Do something effectively. So when you leave, the next government will not look back on that to be taken up from where you start. They will move on to something else. If roads are good and everywhere you have good roads, the next government will deal with the electricity, the next government will deal with water. But you got to find something, find your strength and use it. But first and lastly, I wish him well. I wish him well. But as a father figure, he is the father of the nation. He should reconcile the nation because the recent politics and things that happened over the past few months and weeks, it eroded our peace and love for one another. So he should reconcile the nation first, because when you don't reconcile the nation, you cannot lead effectively.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think you guys did mention about food, road, electricity, water, and other stuff. But you guys forgot one of the key things in the country: security. You guys did not mention security, and I'm here. I understand. You can't list everything.
We got to listen for you now.
Yeah. Okay. Security. Security is one of the important things in Liberia and West Africa as a whole, and the rest of the world. Security. If we don't have a security, we can move around. And I should applaud George Weah for maintaining security in the country when Manasali left. You know, we came from 14 years civil war, and George Weah came. He maintained security, peace, and we should expect the same thing from Bwakai. I supported Bwakai a lot. I've been talking over the past period of time. My voice have left me. When it came back, my wife even complained why my voice is low. And I said I have to preach the politics because I believe that there's changes coming and change a lot. Change is here now. So the people of Liberia, one of my voice again, I have come to applaud you for the change that you have brought to us. You stood in the line from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. You voted, you exercised your franchise. And you told us that the change is Bwaka and the change has come. And we are overwhelmed. I'm very happy. I don't want to be somebody that would be a trapper man that would discuss that, oh, this man came from Lofa County. But let's be honest. It is the first time ever in history, Senator Brown funded for the people of Lofa County to produce a president. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. And I will assure you, Nyavulule, that your time is coming as well.
But man, I produce president of Joseph Black. I
will make sure that the electoral college, that's the county of Niba, will produce a president. He says yes, for now. And we have to make this thing to go around. Everybody have to have that identical taste of the presidency of Liberia. And it's important. It is the preparation. And from these elections, it make me to understand that there's no old man and there's no young man. It's never too late to be who you want to be.
Yep.
It's a message. This is a caveat to all Liberians in and around the world. Prepare yourself. Be who you are. The Joseph Sigurdsson Junior time is not XYZ time. Young Fulula time is not my time. We should understand this. Together, we will persevere. Together, we will shine. And even though you guys have been defeated massively by the hands of the greater XYZ on the show today, I will say to you that you guys have mustered the courage, and you guys are here again on the show. We are discussing the Liberian issue, as we normally do. So the question to you is, what next? Now that election is over, are we coming back to the community and destabilize the community, or we are coming to the community to put the community together?
The community. You want me to go first? I can go first though.
Yeah.
Well, before I speak to that, I want to say happy birthday to our president, President Julius Parker. His birthday is today. If you get off this show in 2 hours time, you can just pass by his house and get some drinks and get and just say hi to him. His birthday was yesterday. Mr. Parker is a great man. He have done a great thing. He has done a lot of great things in our community. I want to appreciate him for that. He's one of the role models that we have in this community, and he, leadership is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing, especially leading a Liberian people. It's not an easy thing. But Mr. Parker is keeping the peace. He keeping the peace in the community. I just want to tell him thank you for job well done so far. Well, this community need attention now. We closing the book, even though our eyes will be on national, but the community need some attention, and we need to keep an eye on the community now. The community must prevail, and the community will prevail.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nivason, the Super. Chairman, what are we going to do now that Liberia have been resolved? We have nothing to discuss about Liberia anymore. Like, we have the mechanism, we have the strength to discuss Liberia. Chairman, so now we are coming back to the community. What is your thought? Are we going to destabilize, or we are going to say something else?
Stabilize, not destabilize.
Because me, my weakness.
We're going to stabilize.
Let me tell you my weakness. My weakness today is, let me let you guys know, my weakness is I have to be saying something. I must say something. So my weakness now is there's no more CDC that I will be destabilizing, or ANC, CPP. So who next should I be talking about? Is it the community or who else? I don't know what to do. I'm bold.
First of all, we will still have news coming from Liberia. Let's be honest. At least for the first year, there will still be a lot of news coming from Liberia. New cabinet minister, new officials, appointments. So we still get things coming from Liberia. However, it's important too that we focus on our community. Is this Mr. Parker? Why is his first year?
Yeah, first year.
Yes.
So I think we have 2 more years to go. So we can, by next year now, or by summertime next year or fall, people will start looking at who's trying to come in the community. Of course,
that person doing that groundwork.
leadership got to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
You guys got to start from somewhere. If you want to be president, maybe you go back on to be representative, senator. Maybe you got to start doing things right here. So you got to start organizing the community, and whosoever is trying to do so, we wish them well. Some of all we intend to be around. I probably will be going in and out. I might move to New York or Florida. I don't know yet, but
now until I can become president of the community, brother.
Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you.
But we're not destabilize the community. we will focus on
Stabilize.
SYZ will not destabilize.
All right.
Election time, you can destabilize people. Please, but you are at liberty to talk about the community, talk about the president, the vice president. Do we have people in government that are not performing well that we need to bring once you and Yan agree to discuss it, I will come over here and I will discuss it because some people we need to be shining light on them. Their poor performance, we might talk about it. But people,
The budget we pass. Why is the outcome? We need to know all the one there. You know.
Yeah, the chairman will be accountable for that.
No, not the chairman. The chairman already.
The chairman is going to pass our budget.
No, the chairman. They out of the chairman here. They out of the hands of the chairman.
The money left the bank. Who made the money to leave the bank is the chairman who passed the budget. Anyway,
I gave you guys one of, if not the best budget I put together in this community. The best budget that you guys couldn't even break it down by column to column. You are economists. You took the thing who you put it on your bed because you know that there was nothing there to happen.
I did not put on my bed.
You knew that you knew there was nothing to talk about because
Hold on. I wanted to see the revenue. No, I don't just discuss. Let's leave this. Listen to me. We will discuss that. Now that we have nothing to do in Liberia, we'll be in the community.
We'll discuss the budget performance later on. Yeah.
That's something.
Budget performance.
But today I am very happy indeed that the president-elect, Joseph Boakai, I know he will perform. You see, wisdom is very important. Time spent is very important. This man has been in government for 42 years. I know he saw, or I think maybe he saw Totman. I believe that. He saw Totman.
I probably believe he saw Totman.
Yeah, he saw Totman. Yep. He saw Totbob.
Because Totbob came in and he saw Totman.
Yeah, and he saw Chastera as well. And he saw Madame Salif. And he saw George Weah. You see, that's why I believe in the empirical school of thought. So short man have the wisdom. He will run his government based on the past regime or the past administration. And that's what's going to make him to be a good leader. And I believe that strongly. But we will dive into that another time. Time is fast spent. We have to go. The audience have to go. People have to go. Vulule, do you want to go into comment section? I don't want to monopolize.
Comment section here, Dr. Fala. Dr. Fala say here, if we had done that, he was going to be met with stiff resistance from the Liberian people. Dr. Fala also say here, our government didn't have contact to bring in investors. We are ran on that issue that he will bring investors, that everyone will work. Unity Party ran on it too. So
Joseph Burker, there's no international number in your phone, but we'll post them there. That's my
Joseph Burker just called the president of the Republic of the United States the other time. I don't want to tell you that.
How many international have called to congratulate him?
If you get one, we don't want the American president. That's it. Thank you.
No, we're working on that. We'll put international number in your phone.
No problem. Joseph, please send him the number. Anyway, we gotta go.
Yeah, let's go. Dr. Fala also said that the thing we are wanted to do if he had won, but he didn't. It didn't happen. So, all right, let's go ahead, brother.
Let's go ahead. Let's back to close. SYZ, you can close the show. Who started? Yeah, or who want to go?
Mr. Vuru, that's Mr. Vuru.
I can go first.
Go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll wrap it up very fast, guys.
Because I'm using my phone. Let me go real quick. First of all, honestly, sincerely, I extend my gratitude to the people of Liberia. My thanks and gratitude to the people of Liberia. Thank you. Thank you for believing in yourself. Thank you for using your power, and thank you for speaking through the ballot box. And that is the essence of democracy. And to George Weah, thank you for what you did for us. You kept the peace for 6 years. There are a lot of things that people will frown on, and even including me. But keeping the peace for 6 years is something we say thank you for. I mean, the Liberians are tired with war, so we say thank you.
Thank you
To
very much.
Joseph Boyka, son of Lofa County, you have the chance now to tell the Liberian people what we can do when we come from Lofa County. Joseph Boyka, we will be praying for you because your leadership will be a testament to the people coming from that country. That Joseph Azigizana Jr., if he intends to run in the near future, they will say Joseph Boyka came from that country. So, oh man, uncle, please make Lofa County proud. Please. I want to speak Loma and Kisi, but I'll keep my Loma and Kisi that I know for later on.
Then Yavrila, he will say it for you.
No yam for Nimba. But please, and we'll be praying for you. Gentlemen, let's pray honestly, every Liberian should be praying for Joseph Boyka, for him to live long, to end his term, and to lead the Liberian people. Leadership is from God. I don't care why people want to say leadership from God. Why it's a dictatorship or whatsoever is from God. Leadership is from God. This is his time. He was destined for this movement. It was destined for we are to accept it. It was destined for we are to not play with our peace and create chaos. And like you said, we should not compare ourselves with others. For a man in his 80s to be president at this particular time, when he was back there and people was dragging him and he was literally living on hand out and help from others. Your time will come. So never envy anyone in life.
Yes.
Sometimes your success will come early, sometimes it will come late, sometimes it will come in the middle of your career. Live honorably and do not envy anyone. And most importantly, live at peace with all men if you can try. Some people, you have to manage them. You can be peaceful with everybody because we know we can be, but you have to manage some people because the Bible says only the pure shall see God, the pure in heart. So, Boyka, please clean your.
Oh, Reverend, appreciate. Thank you very much. The president shall live for a long time.
Thank you very much. More than 6 years.
Fulula,
Yes. I just want to,
Nibakante, what you get for them?
that Jeremiah Kun will perform effectively because his performance has an impact on my success as well as on Nibadian. So when Jeremiah Kun perform effectively, I can stand up tomorrow with my heads up high and boast of his performance. I said this was the sons of Nima that did S, Y, and Z. Now you don't know S, Y, and Z now.
Not Esma Yonzi. Not Esma Yonzi, the British soldier.
I did S, Y, and Z. So the sons of Nima too can do the same. Believe in me, I can do it. So I pray for Liberia. The success of this of Joe Boyka and Jeremiah Kun is the success of all Liberia. We all into this all together. Even though we'll be pointing at mistakes, we at the same time we'll be celebrating success as well. So we are all into it together. SYZ, great show today, bro. You did extremely well.
Thank you, favorite son, Nibakante. Thank you, Chairman, Honorable Chairman, Junior. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chofela Jalata. Thank you, Savasi Dumber. Thank you very much. Thank you, the audience, Christopher Fala, Reverend Christopher Fala. Thank you again for the comments. Thank you for the phone call. Anthony Gevler, we say thank you very much to the listener Facebook line, in your speakers, your TV, your car, in your cars, your smartphones. We say thank you again. Thank you for watching. Republic of Liberia, we say thank you for voting. The United States, we say thank you for sending money back home to fund the GoFundMe for Joseph Parker to win the election. We say thank you as well. We say thank you the Electoral College, Niba Kante, we say thank you. We say thank you. Maserado Kante, we say thank you. Magibi, we say thank you. Lofa Kante, we say thank you. River says, Maryland, Grand Jida, Bon Kante, we say thank you. Thank you. The election was free and fair. We say again thank you to the President, George Manawia, for the speech given yesterday, congratulating the President-elect, Joseph Boakai. We say thank you, the Liberian people, Joseph Boakai. We expect you to do the right thing. If you don't, we that are on here today that supported you, we will come back and tell you that you have to do better. And to you, the Liberian people, I salute you with clarity and distinction. Honorable Chairman, it's a pleasure indeed to be with you guys. Favorite son Nibakante, it's a pleasure to share Open Table with you again. Based on that note, we say bon voyage.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.